If we don't heal ourselves, no one else will. And so it can be incredibly powerful to, before we make a big change, before we move to the 5th city or quit our 10th job, to really look inward. No matter what we have anxiety, worries, and stress about, for everybody it's different. It can be financial, it can be being alone, it can just be a fear of getting sick and dying. But the key to not worrying, not stressing, and not having anxiety is to realize there is nothing to worry, stress, or have anxiety about. As long as we think there is something to worry about, we will worry. And when we realize there is absolutely nothing to be afraid of, to worry about, to stress about, or have anxiety about, worry, stress, and anxiety disappear. And the fact is, no matter what happens in our lives, we can face it. We can overcome it. We can make the best of it. We can stay optimistic and know that that too will change. When there are a lot of problems in our lives, there can be a strong tendency to run away, to move, change jobs, change careers, to believe that a new place, a new environment, a new partner will solve all our problems. But when we find ourselves surrounded by problems, we are the common denominator. We are seeing problems everywhere we look instead of solutions. And so it can be very likely that everywhere we go, every new job that we have, we find the same problems. That new problems keep emerging because we might be the chaos generator. And sometimes a new city, a new job, a new partner may be the right solution, the right change to make. But if we don't address our cause of these problems, which is to say, the chaos we bring to the table, if we don't heal ourselves, no one else will. And so it can be incredibly powerful to, before we make a big change, before we move to the 5th city or quit our 10th job, to really look inward and to pay attention to that inner voice in our head, how it speaks, how it perceives, what it puts its focus on. And we really need to pay attention to certain sentences and phrases that our mind repeats over and over again about a situation we're in. Because what we will find is that it is much easier to blame something else than to change ourselves. So when we notice a criticism of something else, start to pay attention to why we are resisting reality. If we look really closely, we'll see that all places are the same. All people are fundamentally the same. We are messy. We are good. We are bad. We are thoughtful, and we can be thoughtless. We are all on a journey towards progress, doing the best we can with the tools we have. Even the Buddha abandoned his family, and Hitler was good to his dogs. And so we really need to remember that moving is a luxury that not everyone even has. And everyone is capable of healing from whatever a place or a person has done to them, from disconnecting a association we have between a place and our suffering, or a person and our suffering. No savior out there can heal us for us. There is no place out there where happiness exists. If there was, we would all go. We would all live there. We would dump out our bank accounts, and we would pay whatever it costs to have this thing that money cannot buy. But the universe didn't put it out there. It put it within all of us. And so the more we feel that urge to run away, use it as a call to turn inward and go deep and keep going until we find that core of who we are, that peaceful, loving essence. It is at the center of every single one of us. And once we tap that resource, which is infinite, people will start to awaken around us. They will respond to our love, our selfless love without expectation, because it is just flowing from us freely with love and kindness back to us. This is how the world works. When we love with expectation, with demands, with the requirement that a city, a place, a job gives us fulfillment in return, we are creating transactional relationships that people will want to bargain and negotiate and take advantage and steal our kindness and our goodness if they can. But when it is free to the world, there is nothing to steal. There is no way to be taken advantage of. There is no way to be let down or disappointed or angry at anyone else, because we are beings of pure love. That is our truest nature. This is our self-actualized self. When we nourish that true self inside of us, happiness cannot help but blossom. And when we put that ego aside that wants to take and acquire, we remove a barrier of connection to others, and we stop feeling lonely or less than, because a sense of oneness emerges from that selflessness, when all that remains is connection and relationship to everyone and everything. And when we truly tap into that connection, it doesn't matter what city we're in, what town, what village, we are one with everything. We are the universe. And we can then, from a place of deep peace and acceptance, choose our life, create it and build it without fear, without escaping. And instead of running away from problems, we can run towards the life that was meant for us. And that is the only way we'll get there. Everything we experience in our lives is experienced in our mind. If we experience something with fear, agitation, anxiety, and worry, it will be a terrible experience. If we experience something with peace and hope and optimism and gratitude, it will be a wonderful experience. If we are worried about death, we will have a worried, stressful life. If we embrace and accept every stage of life, we will enjoy every minute of it. So whatever we are afraid of, get excited about it. Embrace it. If you're afraid of being alone, make it the best alone time you possibly can. Use every minute for meditation and self-growth. And likely, you will be so happy that other people will want to be surrounded by your energy. If you are afraid of old age and illness, assume you will die at 150 peacefully in your sleep, healthy, fit, and strong. And that peace and relaxation and de-stress will make it much more likely. We'll have the energy and enthusiasm for life to stay strong and healthy and fit, instead of being depressed and sluggish and tense all the time. There is absolutely no situation that humans have been through that we haven't made it through. There literally is nothing to worry about. And when we realize this, a peaceful life is inevitable. If we are stressed, then life is stressful. If we are at peace, life is peaceful. No matter what is happening around us, it all has to do with our internal state. That is the only thing we feel. That is the only thing that matters. And that will shape our life. There's really no other way to go through life than to be stress-free, worry-free, anxiety-free, positive, hopeful, and optimistic, full of gratitude for this moment, for this breath, because that's all there is. And it is wonderful. And everything else is just window dressing.